On Friday's show, before the brilliant Boris Becker joined us, there was a little bit of confusion about how best to get a cuppa to the optimum temperature. You advocated popping it in the fridge, whilst Lynn suggested it would take 6 minutes before being suitable to sip. Your mystery guest today has strong feelings when it comes to building the best brew. He founded his own tea company after years as an amateur enthusiast, and he's ready to talk us through his temperature tips. Please welcome lover of the leaf and all-round tea trailblazer, the saviour of tea at All About Tea, Andrew Gadsden.
Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning, Chris.
Do you really work for a company called All About Tea?
I work for a company called All About Tea. I founded a company called All About Tea as well.
Did you? Okay, so how come you did this? It's a wonderful thing to do. Why did you get the incentive and the bravery, if it was required, to embark upon such a mission?
I was in another job before. I was in the Navy for a while, and I left. I turned 30. I was ready for a change, and I'd loved tea. And I wanted to start a company, and I wanted to do something with tea, so I started a tea company. And it sort of started in a small way and just grew, and after a series of unfortunate accidents, I ended up being a tea wholesaler and retailer.
Now, because it's all about conniving, the mystery guest, and about some kind of coup d'etat, everybody's now sort of hovering around the studio with various things. There's a ready-made pot of tea that's just been brought in that I had no idea about. Lynn's also here on hand to take tea, is that right?
Yes, always here to take tea.
Now, have you got any involvement in this pot of tea, Andrew, or is this just a normal standard pot of tea?
This is a very, very sore point, actually. I have absolutely no involvement in that pot of tea whatsoever. But there is a box of tea in your mailroom.
Oh no!
Yes.
Not your tea. Well,
yes, there's a box of my tea in your mailroom.
Yeah, but this is
already.
Your tea
but
here.
you can have some Portsmouth tea a bit later on.
Well, I've got to tell you, this smells pretty good. So we have it in a pot. It's tea bags, not loose tea, loose leaf tea. You okay with the tea bags?
Yes, I am. People get very, very, very excited about this. Loose tea is always going to be better. If you can make a cup of tea in a pot using loose leaves, it's going to work better, because what tea needs above all else is space in the pot to brew properly.
Yes.
But we all live in the real world, and 97% of people use tea bags. So, what I want to do is to make good tea in tea bags.
All right, so give us some wonder tips for cracker tea. The water should always be boiling for black tea. We understand this, yes?
Yes, that's right. And then a bit for the other types of tea, as it gets more delicate, the water gets cooler. So it starts off with black tea, and then it goes oolong, then green, then white. So if it's boiling for black, it should be 90 degrees for oolong and 80 degrees for green and 70 degrees for white.
And you're saying you should never put the milk in first when you use a tea bag, only when you've made the tea in the pot?
Never, never, never. This rule about milk in first or last is really more about etiquette than making tea, and it was invented before tea bags were invented. Mm-hmm. But you should never, never, never put the milk in with the tea bag. You should always take the tea bag out before you put the milk in.
What about if you make the tea with tea bags but in the pot?
Well, the same thing applies. You've got to make the tea first, but you wouldn't put the milk in the pot, would you?
Well, no, I mean, my friends do. Some of my friends. Apparently...
Well, this is madness.
Well,
yeah.
I've got to tell you, some of the finest tea I've ever had.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm just telling you, you know, Andrew, I'm not saying you're wrong, because I'm definitely not right. I'm just pouring this out now, Lynn. Nice golden colour,
yes,
isn't it?
Yes, it's a lovely colour.
Something about a teapot that's very reassuring, don't you think so, Andrew?
Tea, in every single country that drinks tea, is that there is a ceremony and a series of habits associated with it, because it's not just a drink, it's a process of relaxation.
Yes, I agree entirely. So it's an event to be celebrated whenever it happens. And what about the cooling of tea? Because it's... There you go, Lynn.
Thank you.
Fresh cup there for you. Just made that whilst talking on the radio, by the way. I'm doing
it's
other
incredible
stuff.
how you did that.
I can't believe it myself. And, you know, when you first of all make your tea and it's too hot, do you just naturally let it cool, or can you put it in the fridge or the freezer for 30 seconds, a minute?
I think you can. I think Lynn's 6 minutes is about right. We're familiar with foods and drinks tasting right at a particular temperature, like wine or cooked food. If it's too hot or too cold, you can't taste it. So tea at about 80 degrees centigrade is about the right temperature to drink.
All right. Now, I think also, you know, there's me trying to hurry up the cooling process of tea because I'm in a bit of a rush. Maybe if you're in a rush, you shouldn't take tea.
You shouldn't. Well, if you're in a rush, you should have a cup of tea and calm yourself down, and maybe not be in such a rush.
Andrew, I love this. I love the sound of you. I can tell you're really happy with your lot. And, where's it going? Where's your plan?
What?
Where's your plan for your business? What's going to happen to it?
I want to get the tea into the shops so that people can drink a proper cup of tea. I want to save tea from the mass market pressures of the supermarkets. I want to put good tea in tea bags and loose tea in packs in the shops, so people can drink the tea our grandparents drank.
All right, Andrew. Well, good luck with your course. We'll all raise our cups to that, shall we, Lynn?
Yeah. Should we?
Cheers. There you go. Andrew, thanks for being on our programme.
Thank you.
Thank you. Andrew Gadsden. He is the saviour of tea. That's his actual title. At All About Tea.